Are we ready?
We're ready.
Is this segment 1 of the podcast?
This will be segment 1 of the podcast.
Okay. And then segment 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 will be Bailey's interview.
Yes. It was only 45 minutes.
That was it got out of control.
In
a good way.
I thought it was good. Cody thought it was good too.
No, I got out of control in a good way.
There'll be some good videos out of that one.
Really?
Yeah.
The classic. I actually think we learned more about Cody than we learned about Bailey.
Yes. We did.
Actually.
This can't be the cold open because it'll be people will know what's coming then.
Not really.
We don't want to tease the folks too much.
I think we can cold open with this just because people don't know Cody as well yet. We're going to have him on the podcast eventually. Have him in front of the camera.
We'll see. You got to earn it.
I mean, the
Oh,
shit
and
that
now
this
he
guy,
goes quiet.
the shit this guy used to do in high school is unbelievable.
It's true. We did, Cody. You were a scumbag.
I pushed the limits.
Yeah,
I was an envelope pusher.
Yeah,
No doubt. That's why I'm scared to have kids, because I think like they say, you have karma coming back for like the things you did as a kid.
Oh God,
I'm screwed as a parent.
They're gonna
just
give it
have
back.
one by accident like me.
I'll think about it.
Hey, not a bad option.
They piped that the wrong way.
I'll call the clubhouse. We'll book another 18 for tomorrow.
Okay, they cheated on that. They fluffed their balls.
Yeah, no better time for the breakfast ball than now. Breakfast ball.
It's not. Welcome back to the podcast, folks.
We live.
Yeah,
We're
what
live.
episode is this?
18.
This is episode 18, Tyler.
Shit, dude. Almost episode 20. Should we have a giant episode 20 celebration?
Why don't we just have an episode 18 celebration with
We should.
all of the controversy that went down this last
Oh
weekend?
my God. We're not a drama podcast, but now we're a drama podcast because drama has entered the golf world.
You know what, Tyler? This is exactly what golf needed, though.
Golf did, because a lot of headlines talking about the drama and not about the actual play.
Yeah, and see, we haven't really talked about golf, like professional golf and golf tournaments that are happening in general
In a while.
for the last few
Since
podcasts,
the Masters, really.
which is fine, I think. But man, so we got some shit stirred up this weekend with Patrick Reed and Rory McIlroy.
Yeah, dude. So here, let me just lay down the base situation. The third day, Rory McIlroy hit a shot, didn't see it bounce, walked over to his ball, determined on his own volition that the ball was embedded in the ground, which in PGA rules, if the ball is embedded in the ground, you get a free drop 1 club length away from the original spot.
Okay.
The next day, Patrick Reed does the same thing where he hits a shot, doesn't see it bounce, talks to actually an official there, not a rules official yet, talked to a grounds official who marked the ball. They also said it didn't bounce. So then Patrick Reed called a rules official over to check the spot, and the rules official did say that the ball was embedded. So he got to move his ball and had the free drop, no penalty stroke, right?
Okay. And okay, so when did Patrick Reed's happen compared to Rory's? Did it happen
The next
before
day.
or after?
After.
So I actually, the little bit of golf that I watched this weekend was that scenario right there. Patrick Reed,
Yep, yesterday.
he moved his ball. No, it wasn't. I don't think it was
It was
yesterday.
Sunday. It was Sunday. It happened the last day on the 10th hole.
He moved his ball before the rules official got over there. How is that legal?
So it is legal, apparently, because so when Patrick Reed hit his shot, he did not see it bounce. The ball marker there also didn't see it bounce. So the PGA rules, and I've done so much research on the rules
You've never researched golf so much in your life.
in my life, because I was like, wait, who is to blame here?
Yeah.
So the rules say that if you think that your ball has an impediment, like a sprinkler head, or it is embedded in the ground, you mark where that ball is. You can pick up the ball to check, but you can't wipe off or clean the ball because you cannot improve the ball in any way. And if you determine that it's flat under there, like you feel the ground because the rough is thick,
Yeah.
and if the ground is flat, you can put your ball back and you have to hit from that spot.
Okay.
But if it's embedded, you get 1 club length from where that ball was to move it. You can't improve the lie, so you can't go rough to fairway.
Yep.
You can't go towards the hole, but you can move a club length from that spot where you mark it with your tee. And so that's totally okay. And on replays for both McIlroy and Patrick Reed, the ball did bounce. So they thought it didn't bounce, but it did. And there's no way in hell that ball is going to be embedded on the bounce.
No.
It's
So
only
how
like
does
a
that?
foot off the ground?
Yeah, because it was a limp bounce, like barely like a foot off the ground. So there's no way the ball is embedded on that second hop.
Well, and it's like, They have all this on camera. Why don't they just check the cameras?
I don't know. They need like a instant replay like the NFL. Like the officials go look at the cameras.
Here's the thing that I don't understand. Being that he moved it after the bounce, I'm talking about Patrick Reed, being that he moved it and the official came and measured the spot where it was lying, not where he had moved it to, how do they know that's the exact spot the ball was?
Because it's marked. It's marked from the get-go.
Oh, he marked that spot.
So there are spotters there, and the spotters, when they know the player can't see where the ball landed, they put a little flag there.
Gotcha.
So there's a little white flag next to the ball. So Patrick Reed walked over to that flag, then put a T right next to his ball.
Gotcha.
So then the club length is from where that T is.
So Patrick Reed's ball was it was proven to be embedded. How was it embedded off of the bounce? Because I saw them feeling around in the grass, and they're like, okay, there is an impediment there.
The rules official just missed it.
They have a string. The rules official has a string, and if it breaks the depth of the string, it's considered breaking the plane, and that counts as embedded.
So what keeps you from just leisurely walking past your ball, stepping on it?
Cameras. If they catch,
there are fucking cameras in the PGA. How did they not know that this ball bounced?
They did, but it wasn't until later. And so the thing is, if he steps on it, then that's cheating and it's immediate disqualification.
Yeah.
This is just like the classic Bill Belichick misinterpretation of the rules, and you get away with it, even though he followed the rules. Like PGA has gone on record saying that Patrick Reed handled the situation perfectly.
The amount of heat that he got on the internet.
He is getting roasted.
Our guy, Travis Fulton, that we had on a couple episodes ago, he had a couple things to say about Patrick Reed. Completely agreed.
What did he say?
Well, he was basically just questioning Patrick Reed in like a in a passive aggressive way, just to get interaction in the comments, see what the fans thought. Why was this so much more blown out of proportion with Patrick Reed than it was Rory McIlroy?
Patrick Reed won, and it was after McIlroy, and so it was like, if McIlroy can get away with it, why can't I?
Interesting.
Yeah, and so McIlroy didn't even call over a rules official. He just determined that it was embedded himself.
Okay.
And it's a lot of like you call on whoever you're golfing with to like check you.
Yeah.
And both of the guys they were golfing with didn't say shit. But here's the thing. I think McIlroy should be in more hot water than Patrick Reed. So I also looked up the rule. If you move the ball, it's a 1-stroke penalty and that's it. And you have to hit from you have to return the ball to where it was.
Okay.
So if Patrick Reed would have moved the ball and they determined that it wasn't embedded and he moved the ball, it's a 1-stroke penalty. He puts it back, but he still wins because he won by 3 strokes.
Yep.
So he still wins in theory.
Yep.
Rory McIlroy, he takes the 1-stroke penalty. He drops from tied for 16th to tied for 18th.
No shit.
And
there's a lot of money in between those spots.
That's $40,000 difference.
Woo!
He cost
$40K, dude.
He cost somebody $40K. Because he would have swapped spots, or the guy that would have got solely 16th would have got more money because everyone would have been behind him.
It's from a fan perspective, I don't know why people don't like Patrick Reed. He's kind of like the kid in gym class that that narcs on everyone. Like if they're like being mean to him, he'll go like Patrick Reed. I feel like is kind of a narc.
Yeah. So do you know the backstory?
I don't know why I think that, but just in this situation with fan perspective, Patrick Reed is so much less liked than Rory McIlroy that's why he's taken all the heat on the internet. It's not even from this situation. It is from the buildup of all previous situations and Rory just being a man of the people. I mean, there's a fucking video game after Rory McIlroy. Who's going to get mad at that?
Right. And I was watching replays and the announcers were like, Rory McIlroy, impeccable integrity for himself and the game, holds himself to a high standard. And then when they got to Patrick Reed picked this ball up and moved it.
So there was also a thing on Travis Fulton's post. It was an old photo of Patrick Reed. He had a Rolex on. And apparently Patrick Reed had stolen that Rolex from a teammate of his. I didn't get to dive. Cody, can you look that up?
Yeah.
Stolen Rolex, Patrick Reed. Just Google that. I didn't get a chance to look the whole situation up, but there were a lot of people commenting about the stolen Rolex
from this weekend.
Patrick Reed accused of stealing in college, back in the college days. So people were just going off on Patrick Reed for stealing this Rolex. And how much is a Rolex, Tyler? Like a couple $100,000?
No, they go anywhere from like 10 grand up to like 200.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like there's a big range. It just depends on what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I didn't know anything. So what do you have any idea? What is the history of Patrick Reed? Why do people not like him so much?
I don't
What did he
entirely
What
know.
did he do?
What did he do? What did his parents do to him as a child?
Know what it
to
is?
make him like this?
Patrick Reed is just the guy in PGA that reminds the teacher of the homework.
Yes, exactly.
He's like inherently probably not a bad guy, but he's just like what about the homework? Should we hand the homework in? And then every kid hates him.
That is it couldn't be any truer of a statement, Tyler. Because no one likes that kid.
Okay, so now he's what's going on, Cody? What is up there?
I'm trying to
Is
find.
he accused of fixing
Patrick
the book?
Reed responds to book allegations of cheating and stealing.
So
that's
I'm
just
assuming
college.
someone wrote a book about
about him doing that. Okay.
stealing a rollie, and now he's stealing
Strokes.
Stealing strokes.
It says during a qualifying round prior to a tournament, according to sources, Reed hit a ball far into the rough. When he approaches the spot, he found another ball sitting closer to the fairway and was preparing to hit it when several of his teammates confronted him. Reed pled ignorance, but the other Georgia players were convinced he had been caught red-handed trying to cheat. That same fall, several items went missing from the Georgia locker room, including a watch, a Scotty Cameron putter, and $400 cash.
What a savage.
God. So that makes sense because I saw a TikTok talking about the Scotty Cameron putters.
Okay.
It's some dude like when you see your father-in-law has Scotty Cameron putters, and then it was just a green screen over Patrick Reed. And I did not understand it at all.
Now we know.
So he's accused of stealing a putter, cash, and a Rolex watch?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Hey man, college is desperate. I stole some beer from some parties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People leave their backpacks.
No Rolexes though.
People leave their backpacks like when they go to the bar, and you just maybe steal a couple.
Right. Or you're at like a house party, you're running empty on your own, and everyone's too drunk to notice. You grab one beer out of the fridge you're at.
Well, also if it's
Actually,
your house.
I'm not okay with stealing fridge beers, but stealing beers out of random backpacks, that's okay. I don't know why.
If it's at your house, it's fine, right?
But if you're at someone else's house, I'm okay with stealing from the backpack, but not their fridge.
Fridge beers are something different, man. It's like you take the time to take them out of the case and put them in the fridge to keep them cold. Backpack beers are just like you find a case of Busch in the corner and you just fill the backpack up.
Who's going to be hurt if I steal a warm Natty Light out of the second pouch in your fucking backpack next to your homework?
Exactly. That's like a Hail Mary beer. The second pouch in the backpack. If you are completely out, no one is willing to give you theirs. It's like the second pouch Keystone or Natty Light.
Want to hear a gross ass story?
Yeah.
We were at a house party once in college, and my buddy saw a bottle of Windsor in the corner. He's like, "Oh hell yeah, I'm gonna take a drink of that." It was someone's spitter.
No.
Dude.
Somebody was spitting in a Windsor bottle.
No.
And he took a drink, and his face went white. And I was like, "What's wrong?"
No.
He's like, "Smell this quick." And I was like, "Oh, that is a spitter, man." And he just immediately sprinted out of the room. He said that he didn't throw up, but he was close. I would have immediately vomited.
Oh my God.
How did we go from Patrick Reed to drinking Windsor spitters?
Patrick Reed is the one spitting into a Windsor bottle.
Yeah, 100%. Patrick Reed's the guy at the parties spitting into the bottles that are dark so that you can't see in them. And then you're also drinking dark bottles.
Patrick Reed's the guy stealing beers from the fridge.
Patrick Reed he's the guy. He's the frat boy at the entrance who's letting people in, and just like since his buddies aren't a part of the frat, it's just that kind of night where he's like, "Nah, guys, not tonight."
Yeah, he's his best friend from high school. He doesn't let him in.
Yeah.
I'm
you guys
sorry.
don't have enough chicks with you.
Patrick
Sorry.
Reed's the type of guy where, like, if someone doesn't have a car and they just ask him for a ride to McDonald's or something, he's not giving him a ride.
No. Okay, so let me ask you this.
Hang on. Patrick Reed is the type of guy who will like borrow someone's car for like a 6-hour road trip and not give them gas money.
Right.
He doesn't pay his part in the Airbnb.
Oh yeah, no, he's coming along for the ride.
Steals all the soap from the hotel.
Yeah,
Gets door dinged and says it was already there when he took the car.
Yep.
Patrick Reed, he's the type of guy who will like put his head through some drywall at like a house party and then claim it was somebody else.
And then hang a towel over it.
yeah, hang
A poster.
hang a flag. Yeah.
Oh, so back to real golf. Do you
Hang on,
think
this is good. I'm fucking.
we'll get back to it. We'll get back. I have one genuine Patrick Reed question though. If Rory McIlroy doesn't pull that on day 3, do you think Patrick Reed is 1, trying it himself, and 2, if he does try it himself, is he catching heat?
1, yes, and 2, yes.
So yes for both.
He's catching heat for anything that he does. He is on hot water right now.
Do you really think he did it though, only because Rory did it? Because a lot of people think that he only did it because Rory did it the day before.
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
We'll have to get him on the podcast.
What I am going to start doing though is I am going to start claiming embedded balls on the course when I'm golfing, and I'm going to I'm going to get a really long driver and just start taking a club length. I mean, how can anyone argue with that? There's no cameras.
Right.
We're just sitting here shitting on Patrick Reed for moving his ball, and we're like foot wedge specialists. Anytime the ball's not where we want it, we're fluffing it up or kicking it out from a tree.
You got a guy like Cody in high school who did arguably worse things.
That's not true. Morally, within the rules, 100%. I've never been disqualified for anything other than asking someone what the club they were using
Which is wild. You didn't get disqualified for something that is highly illegal for somebody underneath of 21 years of age.
Oh,
We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that in the next segment of the podcast. Tyler, we're giving Patrick Reed all this shit. Are we actually the Patrick Reed of public course golfers?
Why are we hating on Patrick Reed where he just pulled the same shit we pull?
It's just because he's a professional. Why does that give us the liberty to just shit on him for 15 minutes straight?
Because we're allowed to hold him to a higher standard.
True. That's very true. We are not in his position for a reason, and he is. So it just makes sense. Golf needed this kind of controversy.
I think this is really just a dig more on the PGA rather than these two individual players.
I would agree.
Because the PGA should have never let it fly, and it shouldn't be written into the rules that the players can move the ball on a questionable lie.
Yeah, they should have an official there at all times.
The official should touch it. Yes, the official should be the first one to pick up and move the ball. And Patrick Reed said that it was because of pace of play issues that he picked the ball up himself, which I don't buy for a second.
Watching him or listening to him just try to talk his way out of this thing too was pretty cringy.
Yeah, and you could see, so PGA finally has their own rules specialist like the NFL does during replays, and the rules specialist was so uncomfortable, and he was talking to Jim Nantz.
Yeah.
And he was just like, we according with the rules, we checked back and we're completely comfortable with the outcome.
What a joke.
Yeah.
The fact that they have to say they're comfortable with the outcome, it just means like however they're feeling that day is the decision they're going to make. It's like there needs to be a fucking rule that says you can't pick your ball up.
And that's the thing. When you're in contender for the top spot, pace of play doesn't really matter. Like,
right.
They're going to be
you are the pace.
Take your time because
let's get this right. Like if it's day one and you're about to get cut, no one gives a shit.
No.
Speaking
Vern
of getting
Weisberger,
cut,
he could have done it in a heartbeat.
Yes. Speaking of getting cut, this is Brooks Koepka's third time not making the final cut in a row. He is in the biggest slump of his life.
He needs to find a companion, like some type of supermodel like Dustin Johnson.
Or Tin Cup. He finds a nice psychiatrist to motivate him to win the US Open and save her from a lifelong marriage of deceit and unhappiness.
How do you think Roy McIlroy would have treated that lie there?
Roy McIlroy would have hit it from that same spot 15 times.
Yeah, he would have pulled the 3-wood out and he would have just kept going until he hit the green.
No, he would have taken his fucking 7-iron and hit it 230.
True. He would have broken every club before that though.
Yep.
Interesting. Yeah, Brooks Koepka maybe should get a job at the local driving range and start giving lessons.
Seriously. But yeah, moral of the story, Patrick Reed.
Scumbag.
We're not fans, dude. We're not fans. Scumbag. And I know you were only trying to cater to us.
And are we scumbags for doing the same thing? Absolutely not.
No, we're not.
Public course golfers.
Yeah, not professional golfers. What do we think about Rory?
Love him.
Do we pull the same shit? Same shit as the media, evil media?
No, love him.
Nah, I was never a Rory guy.
When Patrick Reed tweeted about the situation, he tweeted in all caps because Rory had already done it. Did you see any of that?
I did not see the tweets.
Oh yeah, when you send out a tweet in all caps, that you could tell Patrick Reed was trying to prove a point, but I think it even got him in more hot water with the fans than anything.
So what did he tweet?
Don't come at me with all caps.
What did he say?
I'm gonna look it up. It was basically just a quote tweet that he put out himself.
Did he quote tweet his own tweet?
I did see that would be really funny. I did see there was a lot of people retweeting the PGA recap of it, saying Rory did it first. There was a bunch of them that said that.
All caps. Rory McIlroy at McIlroy Rory did the same thing today on hole 18.
Oh,
and
so
didn't
was the
even
same
call
day.
a rules official over to deem the ball embedded. End of story. All caps. Patrick Reed. P. Reed Golf. Psycho.
What if he's not yelling? He's just like an old man and can't figure out how to turn caps lock off.
I know. He's got like the text bubbles on his phone. He can only see one text bubble at one time because it's so large.
He's got it zoomed in.
Yeah.
Or he's like a BlackBerry guy.
Yeah,
Hey, big time.
He's sending tweets from like an old like early PC that you played like Oregon Trail on.
Yeah.
The floppy disk.
He invested in Nokia just a little bit too late, but he went and bought a Nokia phone, Nokia flip phone, because he was on Robinhood and he couldn't buy any stocks, so he just went and bought a Nokia to boost the stock even more.
Okay.
Single-handedly brought Nokia to the moon.
To the fucking moon.
We should play a round of golf with Nokia phones taped to the face of our clubs.
That would be actually kind of fun.
The score doesn't matter. Like score matters a little bit, but whoever's phone is in better shape at the end wins.
You really trying to hit a hole-in-one on a par 5?
Yeah, dude. I've always wanted to hit a golf ball with a sledgehammer.
Actually,
No.
we could do it.
It's a joke because Nokias are indestructible like sledgehammers.
I think we could do some damage to a Nokia, Tyler.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. Anyway, Tyler, we have an interview today.
We do.
Guys, we're going to be interviewing fellow golfer, fellow high school golfer, fellow co-host of the You Betcha Radio Network podcast.
Yeah, our sister host.
The Hot Dish Pod. We're going to have Bailey on the podcast. It's going to be good. Classic. I used to golf in high school, but she never came back with I'm still good because I golfed in high school.
She opposite, actually.
Very opposite.
Yes.
We're going to dive a little bit into her golf career. She told a couple unbelievable stories. Not only did we hear from Bailey on that, we also heard from Cody.
Put his life out there.
I think Cody might have just stole the show in his whole entire podcast.
He's the Patrick Reed of high school golf.
That was not the intent.
He is.
That is not true. I never stole anything and I never lied.
P. Reed of
You tried
high
to
school
cheat
golf.
though.
No, I didn't. When did I try to cheat?
Wait
people
for
will
it.
find out.
Next segment, guys, we're going to get into Bailey's interview, as well as we're going to just learn a little bit more about Cody. So here's our interview with Bailey from The Hot Dish. You have a child, too.
He didn't used to act that way.
No.
Shut up, Jake.
Jake, take your hat off and keep it down.
Yeah, Jake, you should leave.
We kicked Jake off the podcast, and now he tries to sabotage it every time. But we'd like to welcome on Bailey. Bailey's here, guys. I know we've been talking for the last 10 minutes with her.
Great cold open.
Great cold open. We're going to cut out some of that cold open. The viewers will never know what we talked about, but it's not for the podcast. Bailey, who are you? Why are you here? What are you doing with us?
You answer that for me. I don't really know. I feel like you
So
guys
Bailey just came on the You Betcha Radio Network probably
She's our
3-4
sister
months
host.
ago.
like,
Right? And she hosts the Hot Dish podcast. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, go check out Bailey and Allie on the Hot Dish podcast. You guys have been crushing it over there. You've been talking a lot about just kind of like Midwest college type culture, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's kind of a big mix. And then we're going to also kind of toss in some more like pop culture stuff or like things going on or just reaction videos are fun. Just things that like everyone's probably thought of or is thinking that you guys would be able to like relate to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
on.
No, I like that. So guys, go check them out, the Hot Dish Pod. But for now, Bailey used to golf in high school. There's one reason she's here, and I think we can grill her a little bit, Tyler. A little bit about a high school background, because remember, if you golfed in high school, you're automatically good for the rest of your life.
If you ask Cody, you make varsity once and all of a sudden you're an all-star.
When
Cody,
you grow up in
that
a
was
big
me.
town like I
They
did,
didn't have
it's
enough
tough to
kids.
make varsity.
Oh, no, it was too easy to make varsity.
Ooh.
I feel like my town's bigger than yours though.
No,
Way
you're
bigger.
100% right. We
That's
like
the-
just
that's the
had
joke.
enough.
He's
to
from a
make
village.
varsity.
Did you?
Not a
So
town.
in your village, was it hard to make the golf team?
No,
They didn't have
definitely
enough
not.
kids to fill the golf team,
They
so
did,
they had to.
So you were just like
Yeah.
automatically on varsity if you wanted to play. 'Cause, like,
Yeah,
six
but
kids maybe played.
varsity's varsity, and I've come to accept that I'm an elite group of golfers because of it, and I'm okay with it.
Well, that it sounds like I can start talking like that too.
You can actually. That's a great time for you to explain to us your golf history.
Yeah. So I golfed by force, not choice. My
Ooh.
mom and dad were like, you have to do one sport. You can't quit everything. And when I was like about to go into ninth grade, and they were like, all right, golf team it is. So from like, I played ninth grade through senior year. And I was telling Tyler too, I quit my senior year.
That's what we
So-
need to talk about, Bailey.
The T.
Okay, you told me that you made it to state, but
So-
didn't go because it was cold out.
It was more so like the overall,
What?
the overall team. That's
Hold on.
not what happened. The overall team, we were going to do the state qualifier.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was supposed to go. And my parents were just moving into like this new house too. And I was like, oh, I really don't want to go to state. And it's like senior year. It's like I have a lot of
That's
other
when you
cool
should
things
want
I could
to
be
go.
doing. No, I wasn't good. I was never good enough to do anything. I would just have to go and kind of sit and like be alone.
So wait, so
Yeah.
the team qualified for state,
Team, yeah,
not
yeah,
you
yeah.
individually.
We were going to the qualifiers to like get into state.
So you didn't make state.
No, I never made state myself.
Well,
Did you think
hold
I
on.
did?
Let me roll the tape.
That's not what
Ooh.
you're gonna make it sound like what I said.
So
twisted
you
now.
have physical evidence, Tyler.
I have physical evidence on.
I said I didn't want to go to state. Like
Okay.
the odd was there. Like I could have maybe if I would have been good.
So,
made
and
it,
to just kind of
but
piggyback off that, I asked you before this, do you golf pretty frequently in the summer? And you said no.
no, I haven't picked up a golf club since the day I quit. I was just like, I'm done.
Is that because it's just
okay.
It's cold, yeah. It's cold here.
Okay.
I asked
golf.
Bailey, how long did you golf in high school? And I'm going to read it word for word. You guys tell me what
right,
someone
Tyler.
would think if they got this text.
Okay, but I type like douchey, kind of like, I'm kidding half the time and other people don't.
Almost 4 years, LOL. I quit my senior year because I qualified for state and didn't want to go.
That
It
is what
was
it
a
was
really
for.
cold spring.
I worded it bad. So you were thinking I was really good then.
I was like, oh,
Oh,
this
no.
Bailey's good.
She set you up perfectly.
She did.
This is how I know
Oh.
Bailey's a natural golfer because she's a liar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
A natural
That's-
born
Yes.
golfer.
So true though. Honestly, I was the biggest liar playing golf too. I was like, oh, I hit it in the trees. I'm like trying to get out, hitting it against a few other ones. I'm like, the girls are all up ahead of me. Like, oh, what'd you get? 7.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, give me a 5.
Yeah,
I'll take a
yeah.
5
I'm
on
like,
that.
or like whatever you think.
If you're bad enough to be behind everybody, they can't count all your strokes.
They can't. So
They
you
have
know
to
what?
focus on their own game.
I could shoot like a 10 on every hole or more. Who knows? But
Or
no one
7.
would know.
No
they
one
would know.
knows.
They just be like, you're so far behind. Take whatever points you want.
So since you lied to us pre-podcast,
Yeah.
Cody has he came up with some questions for you so we can get to know the real Bailey on the spot. So now you can't text out a lie to us.
Okay.
Real
God,
on the
this episode
spot.
was designed to just ream me. Wasn't it?
No. We promise you'll get your turn against us.
I think we might already know the answer to the first question here, but I'm just going to roll the tape here. Number 1, are you using the foot wedge if nobody is looking?
Don't tell me you don't know what a foot wedge is.
Absolutely. Yes, I know what it is.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes,
Good.
I would absolutely. If I was like, oh, just like a little bit this way, it would be easier for me to hit it out. No one's looking. Oh my God.
Because
Yeah.
Also, high school kids lie through their teeth every day. It's not
Do
just
they?
like golf.
Yeah.
so high school.
You were in high school, weren't you?
Yeah, but on the like,
No, Ryan was a goody two shoes in high school.
You didn't go to high school?
I didn't
He
go to high
didn't
school.
have
No, I'm kidding.
He's like, I still
Wow.
am in high school.
So, I mean, Tyler lies a lot about his score
All the time.
I just one thing
Yeah,
that high
yeah.
schoolers like that are competing at a high level are lying.
No, they are.
Oh, there's one
Damn.
girl on my team that was
Mind
like
blown.
annoying.
My stepbrother was on the
And she
golf
was lying
team.
about her score.
No,
he was-
she's just really good. Like she.
I will
won't even
say when
question
I
it.
was on varsity in that elite category, I was never lying about my golf score.
Okay, I was on varsity though since I started. You were on varsity since the beginning, you said, because it was so easy to make the team.
Well, I mean, that's a different story. It's
Not
still an
Cody.
elite group of golfers. Okay.
Okay,
Bailey.
so when you're taking your foot wedge, though, are you lightly tapping it or are you full on Pele, wind up and kicking that son of a bitch as far as you can?
Well, how far away is everybody else from me?
You have no chance
Hey,
you're going to get caught.
out of the-
unless-
Oh, I'm wailing that thing as far forward as I can.
Okay. Good
I might
answer,
even
good
pick it up
answer.
and throw it at that point.
It's the hand wedge now.
Yeah.
We're going to have a full bag of body part clubs. They're
Yeah.
all wedges, though.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's done it. It's just worse because I played like competitively and I didn't.
Yeah. Oh my God. Tyler, so if there's a foot wedge and the hand wedge, what's the next wedge?
You got the hacky sack wedge. So you're like
Okay.
throwing it up. You
I was
got
thinking a different body part.
you got the sass wedge. You throw it up and you pop it with your hip, you know?
Okay. What's the next one?
The tennis wedge.
You've got the drunk Tyler in Arizona wedge. You throw it up and headbutt it.
Okay.
What?
I didn't get the answer I was looking for.
That's
but
a long
Cody,
story.
Cody, number, what's the next
All right,
question?
second question here. What is the best round you've ever had?
I already told you I shot I shot in the 90s. I think it was like 94 on 18 holes, which is like
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
If we
Is
break
that your
100
average? Were you normally 90s, mid 90s?
no, that was my best ever. I was normally
Yes.
no. You guys keep reading
Tyler,
me. I get caught in my lies through your
the
text
question
over here.
the question was what was your best round? She
Yeah.
said 94. So apparently she doesn't.
I actually would shoot. I have done in the 90s like many times. But
Consistently.
the best ever.
You're like consistently like high 90s
I was
probably.
consistently like between like 100, 110 probably on average. Yes,
Okay.
that's bad. I know. I didn't say.
But
I was
breaking
a
100
star.
is elite.
Yeah, like
That's
when
an
I did
elite-
it, I was like, watch out, everybody.
That's
Yeah.
a big varsity move right there.
Yeah.
Cody would know.
Yeah, I mean, I would know. I was always under 100.
Okay, Cody.
Uh-huh.
No,
Okay,
I
Cody.
don't think I've ever shot under 100. All right. So now, what does a golf douche look like? And what does he or she act like? I think we all have
one.
a different definition of that. So what is your definition of that?
I'm just picturing one of my friends who just is like the biggest, like just can be the biggest douche, love him, but like so douchey in golfs too.
Is he going to listen
What
to
does
this?
he wear? What was the first part of that question? What does he wear?
What do they look like,
What do they
and
look
how do
like?
they act?
Kind of got the nice hair, like the like swoop to the hair maybe, but like the nice like it's definitely like haircut
So they're not wearing a hat.
up. I mean, though they would probably have a hat on.
Probably
while
like a
playing.
visor, maybe.
Oh no, God, that's really douchey. You know they're
That's
bad
what
for
we're
wearing a
going
visor. It's like there's some facing that are
Yeah.
bad.
Okay.
Okay.
Start from the head down.
I'm getting rid of my
Visor.
visors. you know?
Visor. Probably a polo,
Okay.
classic
What kind of polo though?
t-shirt.
That
version.
matters.
What Ralph Lauren? You want a brand?
Oh, Ralph Lauren.
What do you mean? What?
I was
kind of
thinking like
polo?
design. Like
Ralph Lauren on the golf course has got to be
that
douchey.
is a douche move.
Probably. Oh, you know what? Wearing pastel colors. For sure. That's what I think of right
Frat
away.
boy.
Frat boy. Yeah, I'm kind of
Yeah.
picturing a frat
It's
boy
just a
when you
frat
say a douchey
golfer.
golfer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A frat boy with a golf glove. Glove. I said glove, right? Yeah, a glove. A frat guy with a golf glove and spikes on.
Oh yeah, I didn't
That
have a
is
glove
it.
on. That's why I was putting bad over there.
Nah, it's
Just
We
didn't
gotta-
feel right.
What
Gotta
was
get your
it?
glove.
Don't put with
So
the
now
gloves.
also you're golfing in front
That's
of
true.
this
True.
so-called golf douche, right?
Yeah.
He hits into your group and then you let them play through. Are you going to hit at them as soon as they get by you?
No, you wait until they're off the green.
Oh,
Oh wait, are you asking me to test my golf etiquette here, or did you just actually
Yeah, a
want
little
to know
bit.
when I would do it
We
myself?
more so want to know like what your golf course revenge looks like
Yeah.
for someone else who pisses you off.
Oh God, I remember getting grouped with girls that were just really annoying too. And like, girls golf is not that popular of a sport. Ran into a lot of weirdos playing girls golf, and I was like, my parents forced me to play golf.
So Jake, if you ever want to find a girl, just hit the golf course and look for the foursome of females. I can say that now because Jake's not on
he
the
doesn't have a
podcast.
mic.
I
You
know. Sorry,
he,
Jake.
he still gets a mic on our podcast though. I got to fix that.
So Bailey is not hitting into the next group.
not
She's
hitting
just too
into the
nice of a
group.
gal.
I'm not
No,
gonna lie, I'm a
I'll
little
wait.
bit
I know
surprised.
it's proper etiquette. Wait till they're off the green to hit. But the second that last person takes their foot up off the green, I'm hitting mine.
Yeah. Well-
I don't have patience.
Now, keep
And-
in mind, they did hit into your group right before you let them play.
Oh,
through.
wait, you
On-
made it sound like it
on
was like
purpose.
I knew they were coming through.
No, they pushed the boundaries. Let's say
I
that
didn't know.
they teed off at you, but it still stopped like 10 yards short of your group.
Just look at him, give him one of these.
Yeah, you give them one of
Yes.
those.
Yes.
Then you let them play through, and then you got another par 5, and they're out there. You know you can't quite hit to them, but you can scare them a little bit. Are you
I
gonna
would
do
hit
it?
that thing.
Okay, good. That's
That's what we were
Good.
expecting. Yeah.
good.
That's
All right.
the answer I was looking for.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you could dangerously hurt someone with a golf ball, though.
now here's
Oh,
the
yeah.
real question that we've really been boiling down to.
Did you qualify for state?
No.
Okay.
I
We
didn't.
got there already.
I don't know why I worded it that way. In my head, I just thought you'd know that I meant I didn't want to go to the rounds where you start to qualify for state.
So
I don't know.
Sure.
to me, it sounded like you grinded for 4 years to finally qualify for state your senior year and then not go because it's chilly.
That would have been so much better. I wish I would have just kept that going.
Yeah,
You would have been all
should have made that
nervous
a
to
bit.
play me this summer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you know we're going golfing?
Oh,
Yeah,
100%.
spring?
We're going to film a video.
Yeah. Only, but like,
Can Allie golf?
I don't think.
Because you're better than me.
I don't think Allie can golf.
Jake is just shaking his head.
I doubt it. I
Okay.
can't picture her golfing.
So then we might be even, but we'd probably have the edge because I'm better than someone who can't golf completely.
Yeah.
So we would have the edge there.
Okay, so we've
Anyway.
established that Bailey's
Lot
a
of
true
build-up.
golfer and doesn't tell the truth all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm a liar.
now
That's
the
what you
real
said.
question is,
We all are.
all right, fuck one, marry one, kill one.
Ooh,
Tiger
good one.
Woods, Phil Mickelson, Dustin Johnson.
Kill Phil, fuck Tiger, marry Dustin.
I got to pull a picture of Dustin
Absolutely.
Johnson. I don't know which
Easy.
one that is.
Easy.
What was Tiger?
Home run.
Fuck Tiger. He's got a lot of experience.
Fuck one, marry one, kill one.
You're not wrong. That's
This is
the thing.
Are we? What age are we talking? Phil Mickelson, like right now? What he looks
prime
like?
Right
time.
now.
I
Prime
would say he's
time.
old.
Yeah, but he's a legend.
Shoot.
Cody didn't know how much of a legend Phil was.
He's only one of 12 golfers
He was in
to win
Tin Cup.
3 out of the 4
Yeah.
whatever.
He was in
Majors.
Tin Cup, Cody.
Majors.
Yep.
All right. Bailey,
Uh,
Tiger, Phil, Dustin Johnson.
fuck Tiger, marry Phil. Nope. No, gotta kill Phil. I don't think I can marry him. I don't know why, but just looking at him, I'm creeped out how
Okay.
old he is.
You're gonna marry Dustin.
I think that's a good pick.
Yeah, I'd probably marry Dustin.
Dustin Johnson is married
Kill
to
Phil.
Paulina Gretzky.
Wayne Gretzky's daughter.
Oh, I'm seeing that now on the internet.
Yep.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There is a chance. Paulina Gretzky, Bailey of the hot dish. What was the recap again? Tiger was
Tiger, Phil Mickelson,
F Tiger, marry Phil.
F.
and kill Mickelson.
Gotcha.
Would you
I don't
agree?
I would agree 100%.
This is a
You say
question
the
for all
same thing?
three of us.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm going with yours, Tyler.
We said the same thing.
Did we actually?
Yeah.
Okay,
Then I'm-
I looked at pictures and really thought about it. He just immediately
Easy
spit
group
that out.
consensus.
I knew.
Yeah.
As soon as Cody and I came up with these three before you came on the podcast, but I knew immediately.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah. I mean, you gave the best evidence you could.
Yeah.
Tyler's been dreaming about this scenario.
Ever since we started this podcast, I've been waiting for this question.
The whole
That's it.
review of the Tiger documentary was a build up to today's
Right.
episode.
Right.
Yep. Okay.
So we're all three on board with the same thing, right?
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
Okay.
Go team.
You
Is
guys
it
call me Tiger Woods from now on.
on the golf
Tiger.
course?
Tiger wouldn't have skipped state, so
That's true. Also,
It's
I know
fine.
Tiger has a very true north moral compass, so I don't think you guys might fall in the same category.
You know, that's not what I've heard.
well, in front of the camera, off camera, different story.
Hey,
So
Tiger is just Tiger. All right. Give him
Yeah,
the
buddy,
benefit of
lay
the doubt.
off.
you guys just informed me about the breakfast blue ball. Can you
We did.
explain one more time so that the people listening know what exactly a breakfast blue ball is?
okay. So I'll explain it, and then we'll take a quick break and we'll get into the segment. So a breakfast blue ball is, we can all agree that a blue ball is not a good thing. So it basically just boils down to something that sucks about golfing. Just a bad deal all around. That's literally all it is. So last time we did this segment, Ryan, I brought up that I form emotional attachments to my balls. That's not what I meant.
Me too, Tyler.
But the golf ball that I am using. So if I use the same ball for 16 holes, then I lose that ball. That's a breakfast blue ball because I was emotionally invested in that.
Oh, you're gonna screw the rest of the last two. holes there
Exactly.
now.
Exactly. Or like you pipe a monster drive and it's going straight as ever. And then your next approach shot, you put it in the water.
Oh,
Like that sucks, you know? There's
Yeah.
no worse feeling. So that's exactly what a breakfast blue ball is. And we'll jump into that right after the break.
Sure.
All right, we'll just start hot. I'm going to list my first breakfast blue ball right away just to kind of give you a vibe so you can feel what this is all about.
Okay.
When you're at a golf course, and we play a lot of public courses in town, I don't care if there's a crowd of groundskeepers or if my buddies are watching, but if somebody's in their yard and I'm teeing off by them,
Ooh.
I hate that. I know it's their yard and they have every right to be there, but go inside so I can hit my shot, please.
So I already know that, Tyler, you are that type of golfer that if you hit a bad hit, you're going to blame it on something around you, like automatically.
No.
Whether it's your ball that you lost on the last hole
That's
or the
Miles
person in
and
their
Ryan.
yard
More miles.
100 feet away.
That's Miles for sure.
I'm kind of like that too. I'm competitive. It's okay.
I blame myself more than anything. I don't ever like get at Ryan for like,
No.
Well, naturally, because you're the one golfing. I'm not.
I know, but like Miles would be like, Ryan, you breathe during my backswing.
Yeah. Okay.
Like you can't be breathing in my backswing.
But Ryan, are you pretty good at golfing though too?
I'm mediocre. I would say
he's good.
I would say average to a little bit below.
I'm gonna start practicing.
He's normal guy good.
Yeah,
Normal
okay.
guy good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think I'm like normal girl good.
Yeah, if you're shooting the 90s, yeah.
I don't think I could do it again right now. That took years to get
We'll
there.
get you in the
You'd
90s.
surprise yourself, I bet. I bet your first round back would be one of your better rounds.
Probably. Maybe.
Tyler,
I'm
like
not thinking about it too much.
I am going to take that another step and say when you hit a ball into someone's yard and you go up to check for it on the fence and that person is in the yard or the yard next to it.
Yep.
How embarrassing.
It's
I
the
don't want-
worst. I
They
would-
live on a golf course. They know that
Yeah.
that's going to happen.
It's got,
You're
like-
not the first one.
Right. Is there some type of insurance that these houses have for golf balls hitting their house?
I actually asked the clubhouse, whoever was working at the clubhouse at Prairiewood,
Yep.
and they said that it is on you if you hit the house.
It's on me.
Your insurance
it's
would
on
have
the
to
golfer.
cover it.
No shit.
Oh my God.
I
But
am
like
done golfing that day if I hit a
Everyone
window.
go
I'm
running.
Yes, I'm running.
Well, do you remember the time I hit the house and the lady was on the deck?
No, was it the next door
No.
neighbor?
So I thought I hit her house. She was sitting on the deck, but I went over there and it was a house for sale that I smoked. And she's like, "It's okay. You probably just drove the price down.
Oh,
The buyer
Oh
owes
my
you one
God.
now." But
Very
yeah.
passive aggressive comment.
That is a
Yes.
great clip. We got it on video too. It's electric.
Oh my God.
All right, Tyler, I'm gonna give you a breakfast blue ball of mine. When you hit a good shot, you hit a good drive, whatever. It might have just went a little bit off the fairway to the rough or the other fairway, and someone in the adjacent hole comes by before you can get to your ball and swipes it up.
That is the worst. Also, I would add on to that when you can't find your ball, so you just internally blame the other group.
Yeah,
You're like, they took my ball. I know
Yeah.
they took my
yes.
Meanwhile,
Yes.
it's like in the pond next
Yep.
on the
It
hole
was
over
right
or
here.
something.
ball.
It was right here, I
or-
swear.
One of mine was going to be when you have a nice drive.
Yep.
And you hit into a patch of a bunch of trees.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like I'm thinking like big trees that like.
So
you
is that a
just-
nice drive?
I mean, no.
It's a good distance.
Good
But your
distance.
left and
Yes.
right was off.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was my problem. I just go up there and I'll just whale it because I like when it goes far. I feel more accomplished
Same.
versus like dinkier shots straight, which I could be capable of probably. But like, and then taking like 3 to 6 strokes just to get out of the trees because you
I
thought you
know.
could just hit it and luck out. And then you thought one more time and you look around, no one's looking.
Yeah.
So you're,
You're
like,
like
"Ow, one
playing
more."
pinball in there.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom,
Hits
all over
around.
the place.
And then you just end up having to like kick it out.
Foot wedge,
Hit it.
easy.
Little foot wedge.
Foot wedge.
Again.
I would say the biggest breakfast blue ball for me is when your buddy is slowing up the pace of play because he thinks he has a chance with the Bev cart gal.
Cody, dude, I was gonna. Can I piggyback off of that?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I've had I haven't had a personal experience, but I've been with someone who has, talking to the Bev Cart girl all day. They're vibing, right? It's a beautiful day out. He's like, all right, well, I'm gonna wait till I get to either 18 or whatever till she comes back next year. Hole 17, 18. Goes to ask for a number. Boyfriend.
Of course.
Boyfriend.
she
Was
was
it a
she
canned
giving him, like,
answer?
Oh yeah, I mean,
flirty signs.
Yes.
that-
hopefully that's
'Cause
how
I'm
you get
trying
the
to get
tips.
tips.
Like
Right.
The-
That's the hard part about being a girl, though. You can't just be nice to people.
without them
Yes.
taking it as flirting.
Because
I would agree.
every
Right.
guy thinks you're flirting with just you as a girl, just for any reason whatsoever.
I would agree, 100%.
Yes, I could say something nice
Right.
to you, like, "Oh, I like your shirt today." You'd be like, "She's into me."
I think even
Boys.
more so than that on the golf course in particular, if a girl is on the golf course and even more so an attractive girl is on the golf course, every man over 40 thinks he has a chance with her.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, I've had some creepy.
The old guys on the golf
Definitely.
course are way worse than the guys our age.
100%.
Like the ones
Yeah.
that maybe
It's a different type of weird.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. It's you're
You know.
right. All right.
That's a good one, Cody.
My next blue ball. I can get over when somebody's talking in my backswing, like if it's unintentional, like if they're having a conversation. But when somebody is whispering in my backswing,
Even worse.
it's way worse because you know they're consciously aware that they shouldn't be doing what they're doing
Yeah.
because they're whispering.
So
They know that they shouldn't be talking.
so what drives you crazier, whispering or the old lady in her yard on
Whispering.
the same hole?
Easy.
Okay.
No shit.
Yeah. Like when I can hear people whispering, I know that because they're whispering, they understand they should be quiet right now.
Yes.
It almost
Yes.
makes you sweat a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like,
and I can clearly hear you.
Yeah.
You're standing 5 feet behind me.
We are on the same tee box right now.
Yes. I like that.
again, though, if you wailed it though and it was like a good hit, you'd be like, doesn't matter if people talk in my ear.
Yeah,
In the
then-
back
Yeah.
of your head.
Yes.
You
Yep.
just like to find something to blame for why it went wrong because you just can't accept that you weren't good.
Yeah.
And-
you know what I mean? Though I would rather have somebody be ignorant and just be talking regular volume and just not be socially aware of the situation than have that they understand they should be quiet, but they're talking anyway.
And then maybe you don't feel like you're being as watched.
Yes.
More
That's
so too.
That's true.
I'll take notes.
Ryan's just going to whisper.
Ryan's like, now I know how to beat him.
It's going to be just me and Ryan golfing, and he's going to be whispering to himself.
Are you talking to myself? Yeah.
There is. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Cody.
Oh my
was
God.
gonna say
You go.
there
No,
is-
you go ahead.
There is one more thing that's almost even worse than your buddy maybe pouring it on a little bit too much with the cart girl. It's there being no bev cart on a hot day.
Oh, yeah.
Or like it's
Don't
like
come
it's
around.
super busy or it's not that busy. Actually, that's more often when I see it when it's not that busy, they don't come around.
Yeah.
as much,
Yes.
too.
Right.
It's
Yep.
like
Yep.
Yep.
you gotta
So that's,
stock up
I
when
would
you see
say
'em.
that's my number 2
That's tough.
is there no bev cart.
Yeah. My next breakfast blue ball has got to be when you roll up to the course and you just find out your buddy doesn't want to play for money.
Oh, that's such a dude thing too.
I
We can gamble in high school.
Ryan's a degenerate gambler.
You can or can't.
Can't.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
God.
Oh.
No.
But there's got to be guys placing side bets.
I should've,
Gals
though.
placing side bets.
I wonder, I bet
In high
there's
school.
definitely got to be like inner squad bets. Like, did you ever bet with your teammates? Like, hey, if I beat you
not
this
girl. I
round.
bet maybe the boys probably did. Girls just don't really do that. The girls golfers were like really weird sometimes. There was a couple cool ones. Like
Like
there
you've
was
said that,
something.
like how are they weird? I want to know. Like you don't have to spill the tea. Just give me some.
Like I just distinctly am thinking of one scenario where I got paired with this girl from Park Rapids in like pretty small town, and she was like talking to me the whole time about her like dead cat from like the month prior and about how like she doesn't have anything but golf anymore, like this whole sob story, and I'm
Jesus.
pretending to be like this is a normal okay conversation. I'm sorry, girl. Like
She was trying to get in your head.
I was like
trying
hitting
to-
my
she was trying to
ball
rattle
just
you.
anywhere that she wasn't going, so I didn't talk to
You,
her.
you no longer were playing to win. You were playing to get away from her.
Yeah, and then she was a know-it-all too, and was like, if I had told her that I hit 7 because I lost count, or I probably did, she was like, "Are you sure it wasn't 8?"
Oh no. I do not like
Yuck.
Those
That's
are the
another
worst.
breakfast blue ball. You
'Cause
said
it's
you said
competitive.
7? Well, 1, 2, 3.
The
Well,
shot.
did you count that
second-guesser.
shot? Yeah, I fucking hate that.
Mhm.
Drives me nuts, and so many of them were like that too. Where I'm like, I am so far behind you guys already. Why do you even care?
It doesn't
Like,
matter.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't, but it does. And another thing with golfing too that I was going to say too for the blue balls segment, relating back to this,
Yes.
carrying your clubs on your back in freaking March when there's still snow on the ground, having to walk 18 holes, and it's like 30 degrees, maybe 40 if you're lucky, and the wind's just whipping still.
Yuck.
and
You know what?
being forced to play.
Let's just take the weather out of the equation. Carrying your clubs anytime
Period.
is the
Terrible.
fucking
Yes.
worst.
That's like another form of torture.
Yeah.
Being on the girls' golf team in high school.
Be on the girls'
Just in
golf team
general?
and
Just in general, yeah, torture.
No one got carts in high school, did they?
No,
No,
you're
that's-
not allowed to.
Fuck, that's
All
sucks.
Walk.
All competitive golf is walking, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's why like you see the pros with caddies.
That's why we're not competitive, Tyler.
I mean, we're pretty competitive, Ryan.
I'm very
We're gonna win
competitive.
some tournaments this summer.
Okay.
Do you guys play in
Okay.
tournaments actually?
We're gonna start.
We're gonna
That'd be
start.
good.
I honestly want us to sign up for the Pine to Palm. I'll caddy.
That would be really
You'll
fun.
caddy for me,
I'll caddy for you in the Pine to Palm.
and we will
You said
video
you were
the
an
whole thing.
average golfer.
Yeah, but that's
It
the
doesn't matter.
joke.
That's the joke. We
All right, Ryan. That's the joke, Haley. You don't get it. You golfed on the girls' golf team in high school. Just stop.
You almost made it to
Hey,
state.
you probably golfed at Pine to
Almost
Palm.
made it to state. I was harrowing.
Well, Pine to Palm's
Well, no.
the tournament.
No,
it's
I
on
didn't. I know
the
exactly
Detroit Lakes
what-
Country Club.
Okay.
I know what the Pine to Palm is. Like
Bailey
I'm
quit
very
golf
familiar.
when the gal started talking about dead cats. That's when she was out of there so quick.
So
just
if
cold
you
out, I
ever
didn't wanna
play
go.
head up against Bailey, just talk about dead pets, and
Ooh.
she'll be completely
I
off her
mean,
game.
now I'm just like, you guys are so weird. I wouldn't think anything weird you say is weird.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
true.
Like when I'm already so used
Fair.
to whatever's boiling
Fair.
here
Yeah. No,
that goes.
I understand.
Ugh. No.
Dead cats, Tyler.
Dead cats.
Yeah, whatever.
One thing I will say before carts, even in high school, we always had cigars and beers in the golf bags. Because if we just by chance,
In high school?
yes, if by chance we got paired up,
You know,
with,
you went to a village high school.
just in case we got paired up with a group of cool kids from other schools, we would break out the beers and cigars
In a
It was
competition.
awesome. Yeah, I mean that's why I probably
What?
In high school, you
Yeah.
weren't allowed to have either of those things.
Isn't there officials? Like,
not walking around with you. They're just at random
That's
holes.
so true.
You just know where they're at all
so
the
you
time.
just like dip in the trees and light a cigar up real quick?
So
Yeah.
what did
way.
your coach say when you came back to the bus smelling like Michael Jordan?
I did actually get kicked out of golf in 9th grade and 12th grade.
See,
And you
guys,
got
perfectly
DQ'd.
normal
And I got
to lose.
DQ'd in one match. So, I mean, I
Jesus.
wouldn't say that
Cody's
I had a
the bad
smooth,
boy of golf we needed.
I didn't have a smooth golf
Yes.
career, but man, did we have fun. It was a great time.
I wish I had fun rather than having a smooth career because I didn't get either one of those things.
Damn.
I had the mentality, I'm here because I like golf. And if I
Oh,
don't
that
have to
would've
play for the
helped,
team,
huh?
I can just golf not for the team. So
Cody also always golfed in flip flops.
Yeah, he only golfed in
You
football.
didn't.
still
Yeah.
new to this
He's
day.
serious.
On the team,
Yes.
did you not have to start in like March or April when it was still freezing outside?
No, I don't remember ever golfing when it was too cold. Rainy, that sucked. But I don't
'Cause the
remember.
flip
My
flops.
toes got wet.
When you can just grip the flip flops and they slide through everything, I'm not
Damn,
golfing
dude.
in that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we needed you, Cody. The bad boy.
How did you not
Yes.
get paired up with some like nerdy one that's just gonna go rat you out to the officials?
No,
right
I
away?
did actually. I've been DQ'd before.
We know. You've told us.
I've been DQ'd
You're leaving out a
before.
lot of stories here.
Yeah, well,
There's so
I
much
could go on
to
a long
say.
time. I have a healthy high school golf career. I
Oh,
would
we're
say.
gonna have to dedicate an entire episode to
To Cody.
Cody's disqualifications.
I think
What?
I'm still in contact with my high school golf coach on Facebook, and maybe we could have her on for a phone call or something.
I would love that.
I had
That
a
would be
female golf coach too.
She was awesome. She was great. She liked me. I think that's the only reason why I was still allowed to play the year after I got kicked off both times.
Lucky.
So, it was a
Lucky
great
you.
time.
All right. Well,
We're gonna
not
end
a breakfast blue ball is getting DQ'd for smoking and drinking in high school at a state high school league sanctioned event.
Did you steal that from your dad's cabinet or
When
what?
you say it like that, it just sounds a lot worse. I'm going to be honest. At the time,
Cody,
it
on
seemed so
paper,
natural.
it's extremely. You broke several laws.
Underage drinking, underage tobacco use
It's easier to ask for forgiess than permission.
in a high school
Ah.
competition.
Not to a judge.
Sometimes.
Well, it wasn't every match. You feel out the situation. You do a big vibe check.
He's always got a few beers in his bag, ready to
Yep.
go. The
Yep.
cigar in his back pocket. He's like eyeing up the other guys.
It's tucked in the back of his flip flop pocket.
Yep.
I got a cig just hanging down from my hat.
Oh god,
Dude, that's electric. We're gonna have to dive into that more. But does anyone else have any breakfast blue balls?
I am
that we need to
fresh out
cover?
of blue balls on the breakfast ball segment.
Bailey.
I mean, the last little one that I was going to say is when you're in the sand trap, the worst, and you keep hitting like the lip of the edge of
My
the sand
God,
trap.
you're right.
And
Tyler.
you can't get out. There's nothing more defeating. Like, I
Tyler.
feel so defeated. You know what I mean?
I live in the
Yeah.
sand, Bailey.
Ooh.
I live in the sand. The sandbox, what I don't understand, especially on par threes, it's a third of the size of the green.
Correct.
You think,
What are your odds?
By
Your odds are
chance.
so small.
Yeah, no.
like, how could one person land in the sand every single time?
Well, you know how? It's because there's always something going on around you that you have.
People are whispering.
Yeah, someone's whispering
Yes.
behind
Yes.
you, or there's an old lady in her yard.
Yeah.
200
The
feet
old
away.
lady in her yard is whispering.
Yeah. The old lady in her yard, 200 feet away, is whispering. Tyler's like, that
yeah.
messed up my whole game.
Hey, lady, get off your own property. Go back inside and please be quiet. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, you should try that, Tyler.
I'll try it.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep going on I'm just gonna keep going.
Good
I'm gonna
luck-
leave you there
good
by
luck,
yourself.
Tyler.
Okay.
You walk to the next hole.
Well, I think that about
Awesome.
does it for the breakfast blue balls. Bailey, thank you for joining us. If people want to find you, where can they find you? What have you been up to? You want to plug everything right now.
At the Hot Dish Podcast. Me and Allie, there's new episodes up every week, every Tuesday night, and Instagram's kind of fun to follow us on. We got a lot of stuff going on the Instagram, but Facebook too.
Facebook, Insta, Twitter, TikTok.
I feel like we appeal a little bit more to more of a female audience than the breakfast ball maybe does. But
and we've got some female golfers that listen, so I recommend all of you guys guys and gals, go check out the Hot Dish. See what they're all about. They're our sister podcast, so we have a sibling on today. Ryan, let's wrap this thing up.
Part of the family now.
Part of the fam.
Jake still isn't, but I am.
Even though you lie to us. But.
Yeah, sorry.
You've been on camera just as much times as Jake has on this podcast.
That's true.
He only made it so many times.
We let him on once.
Was he that bad? Just like, what does he do?
He's
uncomfortable.
Jake. He's just Jake.
I thought you said a chick. I was like, rewind. But
he's right there. I don't want him to hear too much of this.
I know what you mean. You don't even have to tell me.
Yeah.
I just can tell by looking at him.
Classic vodka boy shit.
Bailey, thanks for coming on.
Better
it
off
was a pleasure.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Are we wrapping the podcast up, Tyler? Is this the last segment?
This is the last segment, right?
Is this episode 18?
Episode
Guys,
18.
Thanks again listening to episode 18. We appreciate you all. We'll be back next week with episode 19. Stay tuned. Go check us out at breakfast.balls on Instagram and then at breakfastball on TikTok. Content's been rolling. We haven't been golfing a single bit, Tyler.
But we still have content somehow.
Somehow. I don't know. Guys,
amazing, really.
Yeah.
You especially. Something about it just, wow.
Yeah.
Thanks.
He's so good. Who wouldn't want to listen to his tips about golfing?
Guys, we appreciate you. We love you. See you next week.
Bye. Hell, that's a breakfast ball.